Somebody call the doctor. Chubb still is in the wall. That was a hard one. Take a look at the grid here today. On the front of the board, we got Kyle McCoy sitting next to Chris Downing. In row 2, it's Austin Anderson and Ross Tatum. Sitting in row 3, we got Christopher Wade and Tegan Daigneault. Back in row 4, Jay Weezy. Sitting next to Jared Mogard. In row 5, Brockton Packard and KT McCann. Sitting in row 6, we got Jonathan Woods and Travis Butt. In row 7, we have got Matthew Baker and Jesse Johnsrud. Sitting in row 8, Kevin Kaufman, Donnie Gibson. In row 9, Randy Cornwell, Anthony Caudill. Back in row 10, Chummy Miller and Jonathan Hallett. We got Nicholas Lamb and John Etheridge sitting in row 11. And looks like Donnie Baker and Chris Keeby round out the field here. getting ready to take the green flag here from Sonoma. It should be a solid one, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to CWTV. Green flag is out. We are at it here. We'll keep it up in the air for the start. See if we got any action as guys possibly make their way into the dirt here today. It's a tough track here at Sonoma. Let's see who's going to be able to master it here. Wheezy getting a little loose there. And keep it steady, keep it going. Whoa! The 7 of McCoy into the wall. Whoopsie! Gonna be local cautions here today only. Downing out in front. Can he hold on to it for 15 laps here today? That's the big question. Not a long one. Gino! He's out there cheering for Hallett. Here's a look at Anderson trying to hunt down Downing in the front. Downing out in the front, doing a great job keeping that car under him right now, keeping steady. You can see Anderson there behind him. Down and holding on today, running smooth, running steady, and that's going to be the big thing for 15 laps. Can you run this smooth? Can you run this steady? I don't think speed is going to necessarily win this one here today. I think it's, like I said, that smooth, that steady pace here. And his third place, Ross Tatum, he's going to pit early. Try to do a little undercut as the strategy here may put you about 1 lap shy. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out here for Ross Tatum, who takes that bold move here. And going to see if it pays off for him. Like I said, doing that undercut. So Christopher Wade now, there's the 53. He's going to move into P3 now. See that back end sliding down. He's really trying to push this vehicle right now. We got Cracky in the house. We got Dustin Lamb and Rich Thompson all in here tonight. What's going on, everybody? You can see the front of this field. I gotta give these guys credit. Top 6, top 10, really? I mean, the field's not too spread out here tonight. Typically these road course tracks like this, they get a little spread out, as it takes a lot more. I'm not gonna say skill. I'm looking for the right word here. It's just not what we're used to throwing. We're used to, as oval guys, just throwing it in there, really trying to get it to stick. And here at road courses were really designed for a car with downforce. And if you know anything about these cars, they got some, but not nearly the amount of downforce of some others there. Anderson running steady right now. I'm just trying to hold on to him. Already, just 12 laps remain. And these guys really starting now to take off away from the field. Dowding's starting to get pushed by Anderson. So both of these guys starting to really hit their faster laps of the day now. Taking a look at their best times. It looks like Austin Anderson a little faster here than Chris Dowding. Dowding just trying to hold steady. Neither of these guys in save mode. As like I said, it's going to be that 13 to 14 laps for a fuel run here. Last time, just about the same there. Loads of Chevys out in the front here tonight. Loads of them here on the road course in California, here in Sonoma. Anderson keeping about that 1 second gap now between himself and Chris Dowding. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Take a ride here with Mr. Anderson. I'll tell you, we'll actually hop into the cockpit here and see what he sees as he tries to hunt down Chris Dowding in front of him. 37, Kaufman heads off the track. Here we go. Looks like we got another incident here from Donnie Gibson as well. As he goes to that uphill right-hander. Oh, Tatum right there behind him, and around goes Donnie. You're going to come right on the track. That's one of my pet peeves on a road course. Just look at the relative. Back up in the front. Anderson still holding on. Watching Downing, holding steady here. Kathy's cheering on Baker. Let's see what he's doing. Here's Matthew Baker. Let's follow along with Matthew as he's got the 7 of McCoy right behind him. He's going to let him on by. Says, hey, you go on by there. Nine laps remain here tonight. From Sonoma, Anderson really catching the backside now. The 46 machine of Chris Downing. And all eyes are on these guys as we wonder who's going to pit first. Do they go in at the same time? Questions start to arise. Looks like we got a couple incidents here to check back on as Nicholas Lamb. He heads off of the track here. Let's see what happened. Around that hairpin, had to take it slow. Then is it when he gets on the gas, maybe? Maybe just a little bit of an off track they got him with. Let's see what happened. Whoa! Brockton Packard, he took it off there hard. Let's see Danny Baker now. Just takes it a little off the track there, that 12 machine does. Back to Downing in the front as he is ahead of Anderson by 0.4 seconds. 46 still out ahead as Anderson losing just a little bit of ground now. He's going to try to make it back up. He really attacking through that corner. He's going to gain a good amount of that back up. So you can almost see where the track favors each of these drivers here up in this front area. Let's look back at taking Daniel as he gets around Jared Mogard. Daniel now making a run. He's still got some time to catch Austin Anderson and Mr. Downing, though. As Anderson, he's right to that backside. Oh, hot tamale gives a little too much gas, gets a little loose. The 46 going to take advantage there. And he is going to keep kicking. Let's see what he's got now. As we got another possible incident. Let's see what happened to the double zero again. He had those cars behind him. He gave way, gave him room. Anderson still trying to hunt down Chris Downing out there. Just a little farther ahead. Anderson right to that back bumper, and this is where he favors here. Let's see if he can get around the 46 now. Not able to make it out there. Downing really pulling away these guys' tires. Probably starting to fade off a little bit here halfway through their run. Over halfway through their run. Take a look from back in the vehicle of Austin Anderson. Let's see if he can grab the backside, make it around Mr. Downing here. He's to the side of Chris, but can he get around him now? He get to the backside, but you still got to make it out and around. That's going to be the tough part here for Anderson. If I'm Austin and I can't make it to the end, I think I'm going to pit so you're not battling so much and you can almost just get out there in some clear air and see what you got. As right now, Anderson and Downing toe-to-toe going through the part of the track here that suits Austin just a little bit better. Downing really figuring that spot out, though, and works to a little gap there on Anderson. Look at Anderson now, trying to catch that backside, doing everything he can. Everything he knows to get around that 46. And get themselves around some traffic. The traffic going to give way just immediately there. That's the 88 machine. Looks like first through seventh have yet to pit. Coming down at the line. There'll be 2 to go. We'll see. Do they bring it in this last lap? Are they able to make it around? It's been a close one for the lead now. Little gas there out of the corner. Going to get the back end a little loose there for Anderson. They keep it steady, keep it going. And it's the final lap here. ButtKicker Gamer 2. Immerse yourself in the game. Feel what you've been missing. Let's see if these guys can make it to the end here. Is Downing out in front, holding on to that lead. Can he keep it in front of Anderson now till the end? A little bit of traffic between Downing and Anderson now. Let's see where Downing is. Coming around to the end here. Chris Downing is your winner. What a run there by Downing. Kept it steady. Kept it clean. They didn't have to pit there, so Tatum goes in and I think takes the bad end of that deal. Let's go talk to the top three here tonight. Jared Mogard, Austin Anderson, and Mr. Christopher Downing.
Hardest part is when you get on somebody's bumper and you can't see the next turn. That's the hardest part. But it was good though. I just couldn't. Every time I'd get close to him, I'd start overthinking a little bit, and just I think what happened too is I used myself up. I didn't have hardly any rears left after that, and I just figured with 2 laps to go, I wasn't going to get much else out of it. So, I was happy to bring home P2. I haven't been in the top 3 in a while. So
what's it like as you guys were running around there? It seems like you had certain parts of the track that you were a little better at, and then he, on the other hand, would take off for a little bit on other certain parts of the track. Did you notice that maybe yourself on there?
Yeah, I think he picked up on some of my tricks because I know down there in the S's, I had him all laid up, and I think he picked up on it when I was right behind him. But I could get in the turn a little bit harder than he could, and I felt like we could exit a little better, but I think that's where I probably used up my tires more, just doing so like that. But yeah, it was really interesting. I felt like I definitely was faster because I caught him, several times, but you still got to make that pass, and he threw a few blocks that, he should throw, and I didn't want to risk it. I was honestly content with running P2. I definitely wanted to win, but I didn't want to wreck us both in the process. So, it was hard though. I mean, it's all about throttle control here, which, kind of takes me back to my dirt background. Just easy on that throttle and let the car kind of shift its weight itself,
Absolutely. You guys did a fantastic job out there today, putting on a good show up in the front. Congrats to you, Mr. Anderson. Who do you want to thank for getting it all done?
Man, those boys over at Checkers and Records putting on that good podcast every Sunday. Hopefully talking about this amazing F1 season we're having right now. But I want to thank you guys a lot. You do a lot for our team. And Imperial Motorsports, Thomas is really good with these cars. And he's taught me a lot about how to sling them around. And everybody over at Imperial, they helped me out a lot. W5 Ranch, want to thank those guys. Christopher Warren out here, and putting food on the food on the table for my family. I can't thank that guy enough. And then AC2 Skins, big shout out to him, man. He's always putting together a good scheme for me. And WR1 Sims up there in Muskogee, Oklahoma, man. If you guys are wanting an awesome sim rig, go check him out. Tell him I sent you. And thanks for putting on a good broadcast. And thanks to my wife and kiddo for always letting me do this on Sundays, man, because it's a lot of time. I think this is probably our shortest race of the year. So I'll take it.
Right, absolutely. No doubt about it. What a run. Austin Anderson, congrats to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, man. Good talking to you.
We'll move and we'll talk to Jared Mogard, the third place finisher here tonight. Jared Mogard, run us through that one, as that was exciting for you. You said you weren't a road course guy. You didn't look terrible here today.
Yeah, we did all right. The plan was to run 2 laps and pull it in and call her a day. But, just felt all right, felt comfortable, and then qualified, top 10. And I figured maybe we would look into a top 5. But, got lucky and ended up in top 3. So it was a pretty good night.
So somebody came to you here today with a crystal ball. They said, hey, I saw into the future tonight, and you, sir, are getting a top 3. What are you saying to him?
I said, great, I'll take it. It's better than what I was expecting. No, I'm thrilled. Same thing, earlier this week we won the Xfinity deal too, and didn't really expect to win that one or even be up front. So I don't know. I really don't have a lot of expectations when we come to these road courses, but it seems like when we get into race trim and getting into the race pace, we seem to do all right.
It was a fantastic run. You had to go through some traffic. Those guys up in the front, they were kind of battling the track, battling each other. You, on the other hand, you had to make some passes. You had to get around. How hard is it to actually make those passes here at a track like this?
Yeah, the first lap and the first few corners, especially on the first lap, is it's sketchy. Everybody got to wait for heat to get into the tires. You're kind of slipping and sliding around, and the biggest thing I think I've kind of figured out in these road courses is if you keep the car on the track, you're usually gonna finish well, and most of the time you finish in the top 5. And really, that's what we did tonight. Kept on the track, had a clean race, and made a couple passes there, and then there were a couple guys that went off track, and one guy I think pitted because I think he thought we were going to have to pay for fuel, and so I got a couple freebies that way. But the biggest thing is just keeping this thing keeping it on the racetrack.
Absolutely, you got it done here today. Congrats to you, sir, on a third place finish. Who do you want to thank for getting it all done?
Yeah, I think Dennis Zick Racing, Bandit Dirt Race Central, my Power Computers, Splash Go Graphics, Picture Race Reports, all the boys at Borderline for letting me wheel their car. Like I said, I told them I was starting to park, and then we ended up third, so we'll take it, I think.
It's one heck of a start and park there for Jared Mogard. Congrats to you, sir.
Really appreciate it.
You got it. Let's talk to the man. Hey, thanks. We're out of time now. Congrats to you, sir. We don't like you. Another win for Downing, though.
Oh, you don't want to talk to me, but you have to.
Absolutely. See, you're using the line now. Hey, I do love that supporting the vets. A new run here. You had it at Charlotte, and another one here today. Congrats to you on a win. It looked like Anderson was going to be able to get behind you and make a move, but Austin not able to get out in front. What did it take? Was it looking in the mirror at all, or was that just completely out of the realm today? Did you forget about the mirror and just drive against that 46 car and the track itself?
Yeah, I was trying to. I knew it was going to be close on fuel, and I was trying to save, but Austin wasn't really letting me. I saved for about a half a lap, and he got right on my bumper, and I was like, well, that ain't going to work. So I was pretty much just praying I had enough fuel there the last 7 laps or so, because I wasn't really saving much, and I ended up with like half a lap extra fuel, so worked out. Yeah, he made me a little nervous there. I was looking in the mirror a little more than I should have been.
Yeah, absolutely. You said I heard at the end there somebody having to push you around, so you used every little bit of that car and then some. But man, what a fantastic run! How much do you really get inside of your own head when you do have somebody charging up, making a run on you, and you're going into maybe a long or a hard breaking point, something like that? Do you think to yourself like, oh man, he's gonna get into me. Maybe he's gonna dive bomb it, or do you just think to yourself, just hit your mark here, keep it steady?
Yeah, I didn't think Austin was going to get too aggressive there. He was a little bit better than me into the hard braking zones. It seemed like I couldn't be as aggressive as he was, so I was pretty much just kind of looking in the mirror on entry to see where he was. I was just pretty much, if he was on the outside or the inside, I was just giving him that lane, so give us a little extra room, because I knew he was getting into the corners harder than I was. But he definitely got beside me there once, I know, and I got into the corner way too easy, and he got to my outside. But no, that was a good race. I almost pitted on like the second or third lap to take like a gallon of fuel, but I'm glad I didn't now.
Absolutely. Saw a couple guys actually try to make that move, and it backfired on them. So the fortune, or it favored the people sticking out there tonight. I know you're a happy camper here tonight with that win. What a win it was. You went from the top all the way, or the start all the way there to the end. Congrats to you, Mr. Downing. Who do you want to thank for getting it all done?
I gotta thank you, Checkers and Wreckers, for bringing the show to the people. You do an awesome job. I'm gonna thank Phil's Towing. I gotta thank hashtag Custom Junk and mainly Money Pits. You can check those two guys out on Facebook. They do a lot of cool stuff. They had a meet for charity today. Actually, I didn't get to make it to that, but I'm sure they raised a lot of money for some good causes. And also got to thank BWSPORTS 1 and everybody, all the admins and everybody over here at Pricks of Pavement that put these races together.
A fantastic run by the 46. You got a busy week coming up. You got to fight for a title yourself in another league. So hopefully you can keep this momentum up into Phoenix later here this week. Congrats to you there, and good luck later on this week. Congrats to you, sir, again on the win. That's all we got. Why don't you go ahead and sign them off there?
I'll